बड़े लोग हैं, यहाँ तक कि यहाँ के कोई नेता नहीं छुड़ा। बड़े बड़े लोग भाई, यहाँ सिगरेट पुलिस वाले सस्पेंड हो गए एक चक्कर में।
एक विधायक भी पैसा मांग रहे सीधा
मुँह खोल रहे हैं।
पैसे की डिमांड किसके थ्रू करते हैं ये लोग?
और कुछ जैसे कि यहाँ जो पकड़ाए हैं सतीश चंद्राकर और
हाँ ASI
क्या वर्मा उससे विनोद वर्मा का नाम ले दिया कि यहाँ का व्यापारिक नाम दिया था विनोद वर्मा।
Confident about the Israeli forces has it and they are on their way.
रॉकेट जो है वो यहाँ पर दागे जा रहे हैं और वो देखिए आप हमारे सिर के ऊपर से पास में जो है वो यहाँ पे मिसाइल्स गिरी है।
इजराइल अब ये इंतजार कर रहा है कि जैसे ही सभी लोगों को बाहर लेकर आया जाएगा, आतंकी को खत्म करने को लेकर जो स्ट्रैटेजी इजराइल ने बनाई है उसकी तैयारी भी की जाएगी।
ಇಸ್ರೇಲ್ ಹಾಗೂ ಹಮಾಸ್ ನಡುವಿನ ಸಂಘರ್ಷ 12ನೇ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಲಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ರಿಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ದಿಟ್ಟ ವರದಿಯನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದು
गोलियों की बौछार हमास के आतंकियों द्वारा कर दी गई।
So there is an alert. There is an alert which has been given.
Hello, welcome. You're watching the Weekend Debate with me, Shavin Sen. The biggest story this week was the multi-crore betting scam called the Mahadev app. Ladies and gentlemen, all this while, perhaps you only associated Mahadev scam with those Bollywood links. And also that glitzy wedding that took place in UAE of the main accused. But there was much more than what meets the eye. While it was spoken in hushed tones that there could be a political link, there was some sort of a political patronage that was being given to the main accused, and a lot of people actually wondered how exactly a 28-year-old boy managed to perpetrate a scam almost worth 5,000 crore rupees. A 9-day investigation carried out by Republic TV's special investigation team revealed that there was a clear political patronage. Not just that, in fact, the police was also in cahoots with the main accused. It turns out, as one of members who was stung by Republic TV says, that this was an operation led by the police, guided by the police. In fact, Republic TV's investigation has now become one of the biggest talking point. So much so that the Prime Minister, during his rally earlier in the day, did actually refer to the fact that Mahadev app perhaps was the vending machine for the Congress party in the upcoming state polls. In fact, what also turned out from this entire investigation that was carried out by Republic TV is the fact that perhaps the money was not being restricted only to the state of Chhattisgarh and was going to some other states too. Union ministers starting from Smriti Irani to Anurag Thakur all have now hit out at the Bhupesh Baghel government, asking why exactly are you so very nervous when the Enforcement Directorate has also made a mention of the fact that perhaps you've actually received the money. If not, then why not perhaps join the probe? That's the weekend debate. But up first, let's also take a look at the headlines we're tracking at this hour. Multi-crore betting scam hits Congress as Republic Special Investigation Team exposes India's biggest political scam.
छत्तीसगढ़ की जनता को बताना चाहिए कि दुबई में बैठे इस घोटाले के आरोपियों के साथ के क्या संबंध है।
Prime Minister raises the Mahadev scam story, asks why is Bhupesh Baghel rattled by the Dubai connection.
Electoral history of our country. Never before has evidence come forth which clearly indicates that Hawala operators, instructions and monies emanating from Dubai.
Union Minister Smriti Irani hits out in an unrelenting attack, says illegal betting operators funded election expenses of the Congress party.
कहा निर्वाचन आयोग को ध्यान देना चाहिए कि जो बड़ी बड़ी संदूकें आ रही हैं स्पेशल प्लेन से उसकी जांच क्यों नहीं होनी चाहिए.
On the 508 crore rupees charge, Bhupesh Baghel now tries to question investigating agencies.
उनका काम ही है कि लोगों को डराना, लोगों को फंसाना और वर्करों को डिमोरलाइज करना, लेकिन छत्तीसगढ़ में कोई ऐसे डरने वाले वोटर्स नहीं है.
Facing heat, Congress on the back foot now alleges political witch hunt against Bhupesh Baghel.
ऐन चुनाव के मौके पर ये छापे क्यों पड़ रहे हैं? ऐन चुनाव के मौके पर ही चुन चुन करके जो गैर बीजेपी सरकारों के नेता हैं, प्रतिनिधि हैं, सरकारी अफसर हैं, उन पर छापेमारी हो रही है. इट इज ऑल ए पॉलिटिकल स्टंट.
India Alliance backs scam tainted Bhupesh Baghel, questions timing, but can the scathing evidence be overlooked? Ladies and gentlemen, 24 hours ago, Republic's exclusive four-part investigation unearthed a massive betting scam. What initially looked like a 200 crore wedding with Bollywood celebrities under the scam has now brought to the fore India's largest political scam. In fact, the Prime Minister is now questioning the Dubai connection. Union ministers are alleging Hawala links to the election campaign funding. Bharatiya Janata Party is claiming an anti-India agenda. And at the center of it all is Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel and his deafening silence on the big 508 crore rupees charge. On the back foot, Congress is now claiming political witch hunt. And joining the chorus are India Alliance partners. But at the helm of it is an investigation running deep into the political trenches. Here are the developments, and then we begin the weekend debate.
24 hours after Republic led bare India's biggest political scam, the Mahadev scam story has become the biggest talking point. From Prime Minister questioning the Dubai links,
यहाँ की कांग्रेस पार्टी ने, यहाँ की सरकार ने, यहाँ के मुख्यमंत्री ने छत्तीसगढ़ की जनता को बताना चाहिए कि दुबई में बैठे इस घोटाले के आरोपियों के साथ उनके क्या संबंध है. आखिर क्यों ये पैसा पकड़े जाने के बाद यहां के मुख्यमंत्री बौखला गए हैं कि नेता यहां के दबी जबान में हमारे यहां मैसेज पहुंचा रहे हैं. हम भी देख लेंगे, हम भी तुम्हारे यहां कहीं पैसे रखवा दे करके पुलिस भेज देंगे. ये धमकियां किसको दे रहे हो? ये किसको डरा रहे हो? ये जनता है, सब कुछ जानती है।
Union ministers alleging Hawala transactions for election funding.
In the electoral history of our country, never before has evidence come forth which clearly indicates that Hawala operators, instructions and monies emanating from Dubai by looting the poor has been utilized by the Congress leadership to fight an election.
महादेव ऐप के माध्यम से 508 करोड़ रुपए का लेन देन, असीम दास का, शुभम सोनी के थ्रू भूपेश बघेल जी को पैसा मिलना, ये सवाल खड़ा करता है कि 508 करोड़ का तो दे दिए हैं, ये तो सामने आया, ना जाने कितने हजार करोड़ रुपए का लेन देन हुआ है।
To BJP claiming an anti-India agenda at the hands of Congress.
Were there meetings between or associations between Mahadev app owners who have paid money to Bhupesh Baghel and between anti-national terrorist elements who are enemy number one of India? And if so, then Bhupesh Baghel has not taken money from Mahadev app. He has taken money from India's most dreaded terrorists.
If your allegation is correct that the funds being moved around through an illegal operation were actually being used to fund the electioneering process, then that would raise questions about the sanctity of the process and the use of illegal funds towards manipulating the electoral process. Therefore, this line cannot be extended in any way. This line has to be stopped where it is.
जहाँ का मुख्यमंत्री बिकाऊ हो, जहाँ का सिस्टम बिकाऊ हो, और वो उन्होंने पिन अप किया भूपेश बघेल जी को। भूपेश बघेल जी ने पैसे लेकर, करोड़ों रुपया लेकर उनको अपनी सर्विसेज दी। भूपेश बघेल जी ने अपनी पुलिस उनको दी और अपना एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन उनको दिया, जिसके चलते उनकी कंपनी बड़ी तेजी से आगे बढ़ी और हजारों करोड़ रुपए उन्होंने कमाया।
What started with a 200 crore wedding video putting Bollywood celebrities under scanner has now put the spotlight on politicians and the system. And silent on charges, Baghel is now blaming the investigating agencies.
मैं आप पूछना चाहता हूं, दुबई के लोगों से आपके क्या संबंध है? क्यों लुक आउट सर्कुलर जारी होने के बाद उसकी गिरफ्तारी नहीं हो रही है? ये गिरफ्तारी करने की जिम्मेदारी भारत सरकार की है। क्यों उसकी गिरफ्तारी नहीं हुई? क्यों महादेव ऐप बंद नहीं हुआ? बंद करने की जिम्मेदारी भारत सरकार की है। मैं प्रधानमंत्री से पूछता हूं कि आपके क्या डील हुए हैं? आपके लोगों के साथ क्या डील हुआ है? और डील नहीं हुआ तो फिर बंद क्यों नहीं करते? और बंद नहीं कर रहे इसका मतलब आपने डील कर लिया है।
Facing heat, Congress is on the back foot.
उनका काम ही है कि लोगों को डराना, लोगों को फंसाना और वर्करों को डिमोरलाइज करना। लेकिन छत्तीसगढ़ में कोई ऐसे डरने वाले वोटर्स नहीं है, नेता नहीं है।
स्मृति ईरानी जी के पास अगर कोई जानकारी और सबूत है तो सामने क्यों नहीं रखते? आरोप क्यों लगा रहे हैं? और उनके पास जानकारी है और वो सामने नहीं रख रहे हैं तो वो भी सहभागी हैं।
वहां से रुपया लेके अभी चुनाव के वक्त चुनावी माहौल में रुपया देने आ रहे हैं। कभी आप सोच सकते हैं कि अंतर्राष्ट्रीय बॉडी कस्टम्स के जो बॉर्डर्स हैं और भारत की जो सीमाएं हैं उसको छत्तीसगढ़ पुलिस करती है।
India Alliance partners are backing scam tainted Baghel.
जितनी भी गैर बीजेपी सरकारें हैं देश के अंदर, चाहे आम आदमी पार्टी की हो, चाहे कांग्रेस पार्टी की हो, चाहे टीएमसी की हो, सब सरकारों पर ईडी के द्वारा कार्रवाई की जाना चुनाव से पहले एक सोची साजिश के तहत है।
लेकिन मैं देख रहा हूं कि हर तीसरे दिन एक अपोजिशन का बंदा जो है, जहां इलेक्शन हो रहे हैं वहां भी ईडी के छापे पड़ रहे हैं, बंगाल में ईडी के छापे पड़ रहे हैं। ये बाकी जगह क्या है? ये फरिश्ते हैं सारे, ये आसमान से उतरे हैं, है सब कुछ है, लेकिन थ्रस्ट गवर्नमेंट का है अपोजिशन को दबाना और इसका हथियार इस्तेमाल हो रहा है।
But can the testimony of the three key players that Republic's investigation team stung be denied? Accused Saurabh Chandrakar's uncle, Dilip Chandrakar, has already confessed on cam.
शुरुआत में इसने अपना सिस्टम ये पुलिस महकमे में कैसे बनाया, कैसे इसको पता चला कि नहीं प्रोटेक्शन चाहिए तो
काम के लिए पुलिस को साथ रखना जरूरी है और नेता लोग को ये सबका हाथ है।
लेकिन इसमें सबसे ज्यादा पैसा
सामने छतरी में चुनाव ना सब पैसे की डिमांड कर रहे हैं, सब पैसे की डिमांड कर रहा हूँ वहाँ। अच्छा होगा कुछ जैसे कि यहाँ जो पकड़ाए हैं सतीश चंद्राकर और
ASI,
चलो खोल दी ना, बड़ी मार दो, इसको इतना देता था उसको इतना देता था, इसी होगा कहीं जुगाड़ होगा। उसकी विशेष पार्षद प्रियंका साहू इतना मोटा तो चेयर उसके गले में, जितना वो मोटा था मेरी मिसेज पायल पहनती है, चारों उंगली में अंगूठी, ब्रेसलेट, ये सारा भोला बता दिया सौरभ को सबके चाचा यही है। सबका हाथ है, लेकिन सबसे ज्यादा पैसा सामने छतरी में चुनाव ना सब पैसे की डिमांड कर रहे हैं, सब पैसे की डिमांड कर रहे हैं।
IPS Abhishek Pallav, who first investigated the scam, has revealed how policemen, even ASI level officers, were direct beneficiaries.
नहीं देखिए क्या है कि अधिकारी कलेक्टर्स का इसमें डायरेक्ट रोल नहीं। महादेव ऐप में मैं कलेक्टर्स के बाकी रोल में रहे, DMF में घोटाले में रहा है, जल मिशन में रहा है, मतलब आपका कोल में रहा है, ये इसमें IAS सुब्रत साहू साहब का थोड़ा साथ रहे ACS से PM साहब के, तो उनका बनता था टुटेजा साहब से, तो थोड़ा बात होती होगी। तो फिर महादेव करके एक था, वो ज्वाइन ही नहीं कर रहा था वहाँ पे तुम्हारी, ज्वाइन क्यों नहीं कर रहा है, तुम्हारी दिया था आपने उसको, क्यों नहीं ज्वाइन कर रहा है। तो मुझे कुछ लड़के बताया कि सर इसमें 3 पैनल चलाता है नागपुर में, तो क्यों ज्वाइन करेगा। मैंने कहा सस्पेंड कर दो इसको, मैंने को सस्पेंड कर दिया, तो पी जाओ जब फ़ोन कराना शुरू कर दिया, ये हो गया। मैंने कहा तो उस टाइम मैंने इसकी डील करने के लिए ये प्रभात को दिया कि इसकी डील करो। प्रभात ने इसके वाइफ का बैंक अकाउंट निकाला, 3.5 करोड़ का ट्रांजेक्शन था उसकी बैंक से। तो मैंने कहा यार तो बर्खास्त हुई, तो फ़ोन आया फिर बर्खास्त मत कीजिए, हमारा आदमी है तो हमारा आदमी है, तो बहुत अच्छा लड़का है, बहुत
कांस्टेबल और TI वगैरह।
और मैं क्या बोल दूँ, फिर क्या हुआ कि ये 4 भाई हैं।
So did the state know about the illegal 400 crore betting scam? Certainly looks like it.
सर आपको लगता है कि जब इतना जानकारी ले रहे हैं, सर आपको लगता है कि उसको सब कुछ पता है कि क्या हो रहा है?
देखिए जैसा मुझे समझ में ये आया कि मैं तो CM साहब के काफ़ी लंबी बड़ी बात होती थी, हमेशा भी हाउस में आते थे, तो 3-4 चीज़ मुझे क्लियर हुआ कि हो रहा है ये पता था, इंटेंसिटी इतना ज़्यादा है ये नहीं पता। 2 चीज़ें हैं, एक चीज़ तो है कि कुछ फंडिंग हो सकता है, पॉलिटिकल फंडिंग बाकी स्टेट्स में करनी पड़ी हो बहुत सारे चुनाव से। मुझे लगता है एक्साइज का थोड़ा उनको आइडिया था, टोल का भी था, इतना इंटेंसिटी है उसका नहीं था। महादेव का
आइडिया पूरा होगा सर,
आइडिया भी होगा वो, लेकिन वो ये नहीं सोचे थे कि इन सब स्कैम में इतनी तरफ फंस जाएंगे भी।
Saurabh Shukla, a Mahadev betting app insider, was the third key character to be stung.
मैम CM हाउस के पास तक बहुत पैसा गया, अभी ये पकड़ाया तो अभी है मैम, सिर्फ 65 करोड़ दिखाए, शो हुआ कि छापा पड़ गया तो चलिए 65 करोड़ पकड़ा गया, सब हवाला के जरिए पहुँच रहा है, सब टोटल हवाला है, कुछ नहीं है, मेन हवाला ही तो है मैम। ये जो पैसा जो इतना तो करोड़ रुपए जो जा रहा है सब हवाला के थ्रू पहुँच रहा है, और हवाला का काम रायपुर में भी अभी बहुत जोर शोर से चल रहा है मैम, ये पूरी सरकार खरीद करते हैं।
The scathing evidence certainly cannot be overlooked. And the big question is, how deep does the rot go? Only investigation will reveal. Let's debate.
Well, you're watching the weekend debate. Joining us tonight from the BJP, spokesperson Charu Pragya, Karan Verma, political analyst, Binay Singh, political analyst, Kapil Madan, political analyst and advocate, Nikhil Jain, advocate and political analyst, and Ravi Srivastav, political analyst. Gyanendra Mishra is also joining us on this broadcast. Let me straight away begin by asking, opening up the debate with Charu Pragya and Gyanendra Mishra. Charu, 24 hours into Republic TV's sting, you've also seen snippets of this thing. I'm hoping all the panel members have actually had the opportunity to see what is now turning out to be one of the biggest talking point. Of course, the Enforcement Directorate has done its own investigation. But Charu Pragya, for the benefit of our viewers, I'm just putting this together. What is it that Republic TV has been able to establish so far? All this while, perhaps people thought, Charu, that this was just a mere betting app scam. It had Bollywood links, nothing more than that. A lot of people spoke in hushed tones that there could be some sort of a political patronage, but no one really had the courage to really investigate. And I would say the Enforcement Directorate has also put this out much later. We did almost a 9-day investigation, Charu Pragya, something that we were looking at it. We had an interpret reporter on the ground and we've been looking into every aspect of it. One thing becomes abundantly clear, that this was going on for several years put together, starting from 2017. And the fact of the matter is that if at all the government was actually serious in preventing this scam from spreading any further, they could have actually issued a lookout notice. The main accused would have been prevented from leaving the country. Our investigation also goes on to prove the fact that the main accused had come back to India and then managed to go back to Dubai from where his operations went on. So what exactly does the Congress party have to say on this entire matter? Because whenever we ask them this question, they say that, look here, you're trying to only tarnish our image. We are just putting out the facts for everyone to witness.
Shravan, good evening, and I want to begin by congratulating you and Republic for unearthing a scam as large as this one. I want to also say that Congress के DNA में ही घोटाला है. Congress के DNA में ही scams है. They don't know how to function without it. In this case, instead of answering the very pertinent and pointed questions posed to Chief Minister Baghel, he just wants to hide behind the fact that ED ने investigation क्यों की. उन्होंने गुनाह किया, उसकी उनको चिंता नहीं है. उस गुनाह के ऊपर investigation शुरू हो गया, उस बात की उनको चिंता है. Now there is evidence which points in the direction of a scam where the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh, the Congress leader Baghel, has been a recipient of 508 crore. 508 crore of illegal money amassed through illegal betting apps, and he does not want to talk about it. He wants to raise fingers on India's premier investigation agencies who are doing a fine job, whose success rate is around 93%. There are questions which he needs to answer because there are telephonic links, there are email links. There has been people who've been witness to this entire scam and who've come forward and said that I've been the courier, I have been the one who's taken money and handed it over. There has been a junior police officer, an ASI, Chandrabhushanji, who said he was in a receipt of 65 crore rupees. He distributed this money amongst the senior police officers in the state, so everybody would keep quiet about the scam. Tell me, when other states in this country can ban illegal betting applications, why did Chhattisgarh not do so? Why did Chhattisgarh allow this betting scam to go on right under their noses and take money from it to fund their own illegal activities, their political activities and whatnot? India deserves better. Chhattisgarh deserves better. And I'm glad elections are just around the corner. So government can be weeded out and thrown away. 15 crore, in fact, has been frozen by PMLA in accounts, and all these accounts, these Benami accounts, can be traced back to Congress leaders.
It's absolutely a
Ravi
false charge.
I do understand. I do understand. Ravi Srivastava, perhaps Charu was also focusing. 1 minute. Ravi Srivastava.
Let me respond now, Shravan.
Ravi Srivastava, hear me out.
Please let me respond to that, because
1 minute. Ravi Srivastava, I understand. I understand that it's the same playbook. 1 minute. Hold on. I understand it's the same playbook. You would say that, look here, you have an investigative agency which has a mandate, perhaps by the center. That's the allegation that you've always leveled, that it's a biased investigative agency and all that. And that's it's now sounding quite repetitive, perhaps rhetorical also.
No, I am not talking repetitive. I talk fresh.
Hear me out. Ravi Srivastava, there's no point being agitated about. See, Ravi Srivastava, please understand. Please understand. Over the weekend,
I'm not going to repeat anything what you said.
Will you allow me to speak? No, I'm not asking you to repeat anything that I'm asking you a simple question here. Hear me out. I understand that what Charu has said, Charu has focused, and of course rightfully so, because she would also like to speak about what the investigative agencies have to say about this. But I'm going to only focus why on the sting that has been done by my team is because this is painstakingly done over a period of almost 9 to 10 days. We've identified characters who have been directly involved. We have identified characters who have played a very important role, starting from the Superintendent of Police in Bhilai, who started this investigation, and look at what he has to say. He himself says that this is a police-led, police-guided operation. He himself says that the Chief Minister was aware of the fact. He also goes on to say that it is the police officials who are running the panel operations. Then you have the uncle of the main accused who was called in for questioning by the enforcement directorate. He makes another stunning revelation. Now just think about these three characters. Important, crucial for everyone to witness. There is nothing rhetorical about it. These are clear, hard facts before you.
I'll respond. See, you have done a good job. You have done your investigative journalism. You have gone to people. You have done a sting operation. You have found out the statements from the people. But the fact remains, Shravan, is that this is a one person's statement against another. It has to be corroborated. It has to be verified. Madam, I did not interrupt you. I did not interrupt you. There is no evidence at all.
Charu, allow him to respond.
I said show me evidence.
Allow him to respond,
Don't
please.
talk in the air. What the agency was doing, when the Dubai person lookout notice has been issued, why the man has been not brought here? What investigative agencies are doing? Whose job is to ban the app? It's the government of India's job to ban the app. He has been doing it since 2021. You were all sleeping. You were all taking commission from these people. You are making money out of it. And now, when your election corner has come, now you want to make it a charge.
Now, Ravi,
why the person has
now just look at the argument that you've made right now. Okay, you know, high pitched, and you know. Okay, now Charu, allow me to moderate this. Charu, allow me to moderate this. Now, Charu, 1 minute. Charu, I understand you would like to defend the investigative agency. But hear me out, Ravi Srivastava, look at the irony of the situation right now.
After looting the Indian public,
Ravi, you know, this is exactly why when I started this debate also, I was saying this, and I asked you this simple question also, that I understand when it comes to the enforcement directorate, you would go back to the same thing, that look here, why now? Did you not know about it? All that. Fair enough, you have the right to ask those questions. I have no doubt about it. You can keep asking those questions.
Can I come in here, Shravan?
Happy to constantly refer to it and constantly talk about the fact that the enforcement directorate perhaps has done a stellar job. But the fact of the matter is this, Ravi Srivastava, you are saying, give me an evidence, right? Ravi, you've used this word, give me the evidence. I showed you 3 important characters. It is for you to see it. I have put out the entire audio tape.
These are
please tell me, will you still not count this as a piece of evidence?
These are not evidences, they are conjecture, surmises. This is hearsay. No. One person making a charge against another. These are not evidence. Somebody says Prime Minister has taken
One
money
person
from
is saying that I spoke to the Chief Minister.
Tell me, if somebody says Prime Minister taken money from me, will you go and investigate him? Does your carrier indeed dare to go and investigate the Prime Minister? Only on hearsay. Somebody said that he has taken money from
Karan,
me. Can you go to investigate Prime Minister?
Ravi, okay. I like it. Bhupesh Baghel, Ravi.
Can I come in?
Ravi, just exactly what the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh had to say, that will you go and interrogate the Prime Minister if someone randomly ended up saying that. You know, the difference here is this. Just think about it, Ravi. It's a very lame excuse that even the Chief Minister has made. Perhaps he could have done much better. He's a seasoned politician.
Can I come in, Shravan? You have to allow me now.
This story has got
Karan, if I can bring you in. Ravi, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's address the issues one by one.
Let me speak. Ask him to
Ravi,
be quiet.
if we stick to the same issue, Ravi Srivastava, if we stick to the same issue, we will not go ahead. Think about. We'll go threadbare. We'll go threadbare one by one. Ravi, you've raised doubts about the ED's investigation. You've raised doubts. You have also blamed the Bharatiya Janata Party that look here, it was your job. 2017 onwards it has been operating. Why did you let it go? You did not answer this question, that the first FIR, Ravi, you'll have some time, think about it. I'll come back to you, but think about what I'm telling you right now. Ravi, when this app actually started back in 2017, it is the Chhattisgarh police that was actually
Shravan, you were coming to me.
And based on the Chhattisgarh police's FIR, hold on, come on, please don't shout like this. Hear me out. I'm putting out facts for you, and Ravi, you know it very well that I don't have the habit perhaps to get into rhetoric. I'm also telling you one more thing. The enforcement director could not even have taken up over this case had it not been for an FIR that was registered by any state police. In this case, the Chhattisgarh police themselves have registered it. If they were so very serious about it, they could have also issued a lookout notice. That would have prevented the main accused from leaving the country. Karan Verma, I want to bring you in, and then perhaps I'll also go to Kapil Madan. Sorry, Mr. Mishra is joining us on this broadcast, so I'll go to Mr. Mishra in a short while from now. Kapil, I've played out three important testimonies, if I may say so. Charu has been focusing a little bit more on the 508 crore rupees charge that has been leveled by the enforcement director. But then that too, let me be very clear about it. Let me be extremely factually correct on it. Even the enforcement directorate says that it's a matter of investigation. We will have to look into it. We will have to find corroborative evidence. I do agree. I do agree that the investigation is underway. You cannot convict the chief minister on this. But the chief minister certainly has some answering to do. The lacuna in this case is being highlighted by a television network. I am only asking a very simple question, that this thing makes it abundantly clear that there were people who were providing some sort of a protection to the main accused. Isn't that clear, Kapil?
Who is this question for? I don't know.
Shravan, can I come in?
Sorry, Karan, I made a mistake.
There seems to have been some confusion.
So can I speak now, Shravan? Your questions are so long, you don't even allow me to speak. I've been trying to speak for the last 3 minutes. Now let me please give me some uninterrupted time. First of all,
you want me to step out, Karan, and then you want to take over and come and sit here?
Who is now caught.
No, I don't have a problem. Karan, come and sit here and ask the questions.
Let me speak now.
And feel whichever way you want to ask the question.
No, but at least let me speak when you ask a question. When you ask a question, at least allow me to speak now. Now, please, let me speak. I am saying the ASI in this case, Shravan, Chandrabhushan Verma, is now on record to have made 65 CR and he's one of the panel owners. Let's understand this. How this betting scandal happened, 80% was with the owners and 20% with the panel owners. One of the ASIs, the own Chhattisgarh ASI, is a panel owner. So that is where the scam starts. The scam is pretty much established right from there. Under the government, there is a panel owner who has a business interest. From Chandrabhushan Verma's confession to the ED, we come to Vinod Verma, who is the advisor to the CM Bhupesh Baghel. And the advisor further gave information about the constable Bhim Singh. It has been established that Bhim Singh went to Dubai time and again to bring the money in. And from Bhim Singh, the courier boy Asim was caught with 5 CR. So this is a money trail we have. For 5 CR with the courier boy Asim, who has admitted today that yes, this trail led up all the way to Bhupesh Baghel. Now, shouldn't the chief minister be investigated? What is this vendetta and retribution politics? Here we have, the ED has done a stellar job, and I must congratulate your network also for doing a stellar job to establishing this. This kind of investigative journalism is needed, and this kind of effort by the ED is needed, which is why in the last 10 years, ED has recovered 1,21,000 crores vis-a-vis 4,000 crores that were recovered in the 10 years of UPA. After this, if you cry vendetta, then either you are not listening to the facts or you are caught. Your only resort now is vendetta, vendetta, vendetta. Answer on the facts. Is Asim wrong? Is the ASI wrong? He's admitted that he's a business partner in this app. What defense do you really have after this? That is the question. And the CM must resign on moral grounds today, because his own ASI has admitted that this happened with the patronage of the CM.
Okay. So, Gyanendra, you know, there is a slight variation from what Karan was basically making a mention of. As far as I am concerned on this matter, the investigation should be carried out in a professional manner, and no one is saying that the chief minister is convicted. No one is saying that we are only saying that evidence points towards the chief minister's involvement. It is for the court to decide. It is for the investigative agencies to perhaps take it further. But prima facie, if you really look at the evidence at hand, then it raises some very serious questions. And perhaps the Chief Minister would be in a much better position had he not said that, look here, this is political vendetta. It would have been much better for him to subject himself to further investigation.
So, no. Yeah, I hear you, Shravan. And please look at it. Honorable Prime Minister was saying in his speech today, ये जनता है और ये सब देखती है और सब जानती है. So obviously, the people of this country and the people of Chhattisgarh is looking at it and knows everything. There are some very obvious and clear pattern which you cannot ignore. So I am not putting any doubt on your investigative, sting that you have carried out. Obviously, you must have done a professional job, you being a respected and regarded journalist. So I'm not going to raise any question on that. But look at the pattern. And the pattern, when patterns are so obvious, and in every cases you see 3-4 very clear patterns emerging. One is that all these scams, investigations, and ED reports, ED investigations are happening in the states where elections are about to happen. One. Second is, there is also a very clear pattern that in most of the cases, the charge or the prosecution is basically coming out from the statement of approvers, or the shady players whose feet are much into the game. Whether you look at the excise policy scam in Delhi, now you are looking at the alleged scam which we are talking about today, there is a very clear pattern that there is no independent evidence which has been produced by the prosecution or investigative agencies. Every time it is the one of the approver which comes out and then start naming all and sundry as the receiver of the gain here and there.
So that's what happens.
So is there a clear case
you
of
make a point.
quid pro quo?
So what's wrong with that?
Is there a clear case of quid pro quo?
Okay.
Now
so,
you look at the way
so
these
two clear
players
points.
are speaking about. Please.
Okay.
Yeah. Shravan,
You make
have any
two very
supplementary
distinct
questions?
points, and I'll take that to Binay. Gyanendra, okay, we've got your point. We'll take this forward. Binay, there is some sense that Gyanendra Mishra is making, and I'd just like to further elaborate on this. In the remand copy of the enforcement director, what I also found a little bit astonishing is that within less than 24 hours of the arrest that was made of a gentleman called Asim Das, point number 10 of the remand copy makes a mention of it and says that Asim Das admitted that he was carrying this amount to deliver the same to the ruling political executives of Chhattisgarh. He named Bhupesh Baghel as the intended final recipient for the cash seized from his control. Now there has to be something really stunning that has happened, Binay, for someone to perhaps make this kind of a claim in less than 24 hours of investigation. What kind of questioning has actually happened that in less than 24 hours Asim Das has actually made this kind of a revelation, and can that be taken on face value?
Savan, that can be taken on face value, that the person who is making this statement has been part of that operation, that total affair. And Savan, just my fellow panelists, he talked about a pattern. You know what the pattern is? The pattern starts from Jharkhand. Let me make a visit over there. In 81 MLAs, the Congress leadership, top leadership sitting in Delhi, they chose an independent MLA named Madhu Koda, an independent MLA. And why they chose him? Not because he was very intelligent or he was one of the bestest, because they chose a weak independent MLA to become the CM, so he can be made a scapegoat. And multi-crore scam was, there. People settled in Dubai, Mauritius, they settled abroad. money was sent to the higher ups in Congress in Delhi, Mumbai. The second I am telling you. Why Mr. Bhupesh Baghel? So there is a pattern. You either chose a person to be the CM, he is the most
help me understand,
or he is the most corrupt.
Binay.
And let me, just a minute, don't interrupt me.
Earlier,
yes,
it's making no sense.
Binay, just add to, no, it's just a clarification.
Savan,
it's just a clarification.
2 minutes, Savan.
Binay, I'm not going to stop you. I'm just, no, I will allow you. I will allow you. I'm just asking you just a follow-up thing. Just answer this also. Counter to what you are saying right now, Ravi Srivastava was saying that what if tomorrow someone makes an allegation about the Prime Minister, what will you do about it? How do you really believe this? That's why I asked you this question, that can you actually take Asim Das on face value? Can you elaborate on what basis are you saying that yes, it can be taken on face value?
You have tortured him. You have extracted a statement from him. He's under your custody.
Just a minute, Mr. Srivastava.
That we don't know, Ravi Srivastava. That also you are jumping the gun. Allow Binay. Binay, make your point, Ravi. I'll come back to you. I've asked that question.
I'm saying the person is in the ED's custody.
Allow him to respond.
Once he is in the custody, you can extract any statement from him. It has got no value.
Ravi, we don't know. He has the opportunity of filing a plea before the court saying that his statement has been extracted, under duress. That option he also has it before the court. Let him do it. Why are you, why are you prejudging it? Binay, make your point.
No.
Binay, make your point.
Shravan, allow me just 1 point. 10 seconds.
7
seconds.
Yaar, Ravi ji, chup raho
aap.
It was, I was quite curious when I asked this question to Binay.
Your name is not Binay.
PRPC, why not to have a statement in opposite?
Yaar, ye badtameezi hai, Savan. This is not fair. He has got a bad habit of interrupting every time.
Ravi,
अरे चुप रहो यार. Ravi, क्या बदतमीजी है मिस्टर रवि?
Let's have some decorum.
अरे यार आप क्यों बदल हाल कर रहे हो? This is the way you should
I'm making a statement.
आपका इंटरव्यू हो रहा है क्या? This is a panel discussion.
Ravi, come on. Let's not do this. Ravi, don't push me to the edge. Don't push me to the edge, and I don't want to shout right now. I don't want to shout. Let Binay make his point. Ravi, come on. Please.
Behave yourself.
Binay, go ahead.
बदतमीज हो गए तुम और तुम्हारा पूरा खानदान.
Ravi, please, come on. There has to be some decorum.
I don't need a lecture from you, Mr. Ravi.
Abuse your fellow panel member. Ravi, you cannot do that. Ravi, come on. Push back now, please. Please push back. Please push back, Ravi. Come on. I don't have the habit of bringing down anyone's feeder, so I will not do it, Ravi. So, have some respect for your fellow panel members. Ravi, please. Binay, please go ahead.
He cannot abuse. He cannot abuse.
You started it also, no?
Can I come?
If you
need
I'm allowing you to respond to him, but allow him to at least make his point.
You can
don't make your blood
Ravi, please, I'm requesting you kindly calm down. At least allow your family. We are just wasting time. Ravi, I will not be able to accommodate others. At least allow others to make their point. Binay, make your point.
Can I come in now? Okay.
Shravan.
Let Binay make the point. Charu, I'll come back.
I come from Jharkhand, and there are so many common things between Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh, like the liquor scam. In both these scams, the state leadership is involved, and the same parties are involved in both the scams in both the states. And let me tell you, Savan, what is happening. A first-hand account I am giving you from my state, from my district. I come from Dhanbad. Leave the scams. The law and order in such a pathetic condition that criminals, gang of Wasepur, they are killing people, they are releasing videos that yes, you don't need to investigate, we are killing people, and if you don't pay the ransom, we will kill you again. This is the situation of law and order in Jharkhand, in Chhattisgarh, in most of the Congress ruling states. And you are talking about pattern. The pattern is one that either you choose the most corrupt to be the state chief, or you are choosing the most weakest person to be the CM. So you can make scams, you can benefit from those scams, you can get money from these scams, and when the cover is blown, you can make those people the scapegoat. And this Mr. Bhupesh Baghel or Mr. As I just mentioned about Madhu Koda and the present CM of Jharkhand, they will be made the scapegoats. but the real beneficiaries are sitting in Delhi, running the show. And they try to pick a CM name who can benefit them by making these scams, by looting the public. This is not a theory, Mr. Dear friend. I am giving you a first-hand account.
Okay.
People are fleeing. The businessmen are leaving the town.
Okay, Nikhil Jain, that's Binay's personal experience also, given the fact that he comes from a state where he's worked extensively too. Nikhil, you, Ravi Srivastava and Gyanendra Mishra, you all have been talking about this pattern of the Enforcement Directorate's investigation. I want to bring back the focus on this sting operation because it's for everyone to witness it. Nikhil, this was a question that even Arnab asked you late last night, to which you went on a different tangent altogether. You have something for you to witness it. As far as Enforcement Directorate's investigation is concerned, perhaps it will happen in the court. I am presenting before you three crucial characters whom you can't dispute. You can't dispute what's on air. You can't dispute their video. You can't dispute their audio. It's for you to listen to it. And it's abundantly clear. Nikhil.
First of all, Shravan, I was on Arnab's debate yesterday on the same topic and I couldn't get my voice through because of the poor audio connection. Let me make the point that I was trying to make yesterday as well. I'm not even talking about the pattern of the ED only raiding opposition ruled states or opposition parties or opposition members. That is an argument to make for a different debate. For this particular debate, my simple argument is that yes, your video, audio and your characters cannot be disputed, but are we to listen to con men and just believe what they're saying is true? Whether money has been given to Bhupesh Baghel or anybody from the Congress is something
How is the
for
Superintendent of Police a conman?
To probe.
Nikhil, you have a Superintendent of Police also.
The primary
you have an SP, you have a serving IPS officer. You have a serving IPS officer. He himself is saying that I have not taken any action there. You have a serving IPS officer who's saying that I received calls the moment I wanted to take some action.
To be honest, I could not. Shravan, I could not clearly hear the audio of the SP, but has he at all said that Bhupesh Baghel?
Mr. Mishra, I'll come back to let Nikhil make his point. Let Nikhil make his point. He's responding for the first time.
Let me make my point.
That's what I'm asking. No, I'm only correcting you, Nikhil. I don't want to interrupt you. I'm just simply saying that you are saying con man. The senior IPS officer, how is he a con man?
No, but Shravan, you yourself are saying that this entire investigation started with an FIR of the Chhattisgarh State Police. No. Let me at least make my point. What I'm saying is that the entire investigation into the matter has started with an FIR of the Chhattisgarh State Police. Betting is illegal across most parts of the country, including Chhattisgarh, and it's not been since today. It's been since 1867, Public Gambling Act 1867. Now, why has the central government not acted against this app is question number one. Okay. Question number two is, why are the raids happening right now?
State governments
all right, fine, they can happen anytime. The most important question is, what is...
now? Okay, first of all, you need to draw a distinction between con men and police officers. You also
the most important thing is, if the SP believes that Bhupesh Baghel, the Chief Minister, was taking money, why does he not say that in an official court? Why does he not lodge a complaint against the Chief Minister? Why does he not give evidence to the CBI?
Because the investigation is already going on.
Which IPS officer have you really come across in the last...
I couldn't hear his audio, but has he anywhere said... No, Shravan, has he anywhere said that Bhupesh Baghel was the one who instructed me to let go?
One minute. Nikhil, I understand you may not have had the time. Nikhil, I don't have the time to once again play that entire sting operation for your benefit. But I'm just simply telling you, if you have some faith in what I'm saying,
on that front.
You can corroborate what I'm saying after the show also. I'm clearly saying, now the IPS officer clearly talks about the fact that he himself, I'm quoting verbatim, he says this scam is a police-led, police-guided operation. This is a senior IPS officer who says. He says, I have spoken to the Chief Minister. He says, I carried out the raid and found the involvement of a Chief Minister of a Congress leader, I beg your pardon, a Congress leader's son in Jagdalpur. Now you tell me.
No, but why does he not approach the
And then Charu, you can respond.
Let him file a complaint against the Chief Minister. Let him file a complaint against all the leaders who are involved. Why has he not done that?
That is because the Chief Minister's political advisor Vinod Verma was putting pressure on him. No, come on. Which utopian world are you living in?
So you are saying,
Nikhil, come on. Just for the sake of it, saying that, okay, chalo, why didn't you go and register an FIR? For heaven's sake, he's a superintendent of police. What power does he have before the Chief Minister here? Charu, respond. Charu, respond.
You can't pressurize an SP so easily.
So,
Shravan, you can't pressurize an SP so easily.
No, there is a distinction. There is a distinction which you are making a mistake. Let Charu respond. Let Charu respond.
Can I make a statement?
I'll come back to you. Allow Charu to make a point, and then I'll come to you, Ravi, and then I'll.
No, Shravan, I also want to make a point.
So
okay, Charu, make your point, please.
I'll be very quick, Shravan. So first of all, we need to remember Asim Das was not the first arrest. 4 arrests have been made previously. The second thing to remember is that ED has already confiscated property worth 450 crore. The third thing to remember is there is a digital footprint. Who are you trying to fool in this modern age? Everything leaves a footprint. Number 4, the police was in cahoot with the scammers. The police was helping the government help the scammers, and everybody was sharing the loot of this money. Everybody was sharing it. Everyone was hands in glove. And most importantly, and the final thing that I want to say here is that when the police and the government are working together to help a scamster, which is not even living in India, a scamster who's connected to Daud's brother, what kind of money are you getting to fund your election campaign? What are you doing? This 200 crore wedding was only the icing on the cake, which allowed us to see that there exists the cake.
I asked...
and Nikhil here is trying to just whitewash the
Nikhil, for a moment, okay, for the sake of argument, the Enforcement Directorate, according to you, the Enforcement Directorate is completely corrupted. According to you, all central agencies are the most biased investigative agencies. If that's the case, you had an FIR registered.
That's not the point I'm making
in your
right
own
now.
state.
Shravan,
And if you were so very serious about it and you had nothing to do with this entire money that was coming to you into your pockets, if that was the case, why did you not make a single arrest in this particular case? Why is it that you did not even issue a lookout notice against the main accused in this particular case?
Exactly.
Aren't these justified questions?
Lookout notice is not to be issued by the state.
And what was the central government doing?
Has to be issued by the central government.
Who is telling you, Ravi Srivastava? Please, come on. Don't teach me. Ravi, I have been a crime reporter myself for a very long time. 1 second. Ravi, lookout notice, please. Every probing agency has the power to issue a lookout notice. No, 1 second. Ravi, come on. If you want to argue on matters which are not factually correct, I will not let that happen.
Agency.
Who told you that the state police cannot? Now, please tell me, who told you that the state police cannot? Who told you this?
But why should they issue a lookout notice?
Garendra Mishra, if you want to take it out, you think the state government, the state police did not have the powers to do it?
The police can go to court and see that properties are seized.
Garendra Mishra, okay. Vivek, Ravi Srivastava, I've allowed you to do that. Garendra Mishra wants to make a quick point, and then Karan, the final point. Garendra Mishra, make your point. Garendra Mishra, I think so. There's some problem with his audio line. Karan, make your point.
Can I? So Nikhil asked all of us
Karan, make your point.
And I want to give him 2 compact answers. One, Nikhil, in this case, quid pro quo is established. You have the ASI, Chandrabhushan Verma, who operates under the Bhupel Baghel government, who is a panel owner. That is a quid pro quo. He has made 65 crores and has admitted that he did it under the patronage of Bhupesh Baghel. So what can be more clinching than that? And secondly, cash has also been detected with the courier boy. I don't see how you can now be in denial of this. We have both the things here, quid pro quo as well as cash. And both lead back to him. We also have the boy who used to go to Dubai.
The chief minister.
Sorry?
So the pattern is so obvious that if within
Garendra wants to make the last point. Garendra, make the last point on behalf.
Name directly
okay,
the chief
Garendra,
minister.
make your point.
So where is that? So that's the point, that there is so it is very important to find out that what is the quid pro quo here vis-a-vis the arrested person. Because within 24 hours of the arrest, which you were telling yourself rightly, that within 24 hours of the arrest, a person which has been arrested with the alleged case turns and tells the name of and takes the name of the chief minister. How can you give credit?
Binay, just Binay, the last one. Binay, the last
one. It is
one.
very important to understand what is the quid pro quo.
Okay.
Because
Karan, just allow Binay to make that last point. Binay, you've heard what Nikhil was saying. You've heard what Nikhil was saying. You've heard what Gyanendra is saying. Gyanendra is saying that, Gyanendra is saying that, you are once again depending on a tainted person to basically malign the image of the chief minister.
No, I'm not telling.
Not on one, Shravan.
We have to see
whom you are calling criminal and tainted, according to the law.
Just quickly make a point. Gyanendra, I'm really running short of time. Let me give the last word to Binay also. Binay, make your point. Karan, allow Binay to make a point, please.
Look at the Mahua Mitra, what has
Sawan, according to the law,
for Mahua, we'll have another debate. Let's stick to Bhupesh Baghel right now. Let's stick to the chief minister. Let's stick to the chief minister right now.
And the law gives, and the law allows him, and the law allows approver to give a brief, detailed description of the crime committed. So the person whom you are calling tainted, legal terminology for him is approver. The term approver must be used for him. And you cannot deny an approver.
Okay. Binay, thank you very much for putting this into perspective. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm really running short of time, but one thing is very clear. This week, well, in fact, for all of you here, let me just tell you, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Charu, before you leave, and others who are here, this is just the tip of the iceberg. We can promise you, as part of our investigation, there's much more to come. It's just the tip of the iceberg. Once again, I'm saying, these are questions that we are basically raising. These are allegations, of course, that have been raised in the sting operation. A detailed investigation is required. Perhaps the Chief Minister also needs to answer those questions. And as many are now pointing out, that these are questions that perhaps would make anyone very uncomfortable. Is it only with the sole intention to tarnish the image of the Chief Minister, or is it much more than that? Ladies and gentlemen, we promise to continue with this investigation and bring out the truth. After all, we're talking about a 5,000 crore rupees scam, and not just the rich, the poor to have been cheated in this particular case. That's all that we could pack in this edition of the Weekend Debate. News and updates continue on the other side.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand.
Powered by Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand. PolicyBazaar.com. Har family hogi insured.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 11th year, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Whenever I had ice cream or cold water, I would experience a sharp shooting sensation. So I just kept ignoring it. Even my hot chai was giving me the same amount of discomfort. My dentist recommended Sensodyne. So now I can be completely carefree and sip my hot cup of tea. It really works.
हो business बढ़ाना, कुड़िया को पढ़ाना या मिसेस के साथ वेकेशन, लो मुथूट फाइनेंस गोल्ड लोन, भरोसा इंडिया का, भरोसा इंडिया का।
मुथूट फाइनेंस, भारत का #1 सबसे भरोसेमंद फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज ब्रांड। गोल्ड लोन के लिए अभी कॉल करें 1-800-313-1212। इस दिवाली पूरे किचन का होगा मेकओवर।
जब होम वन हीट डॉट टेक्नोलॉजी नॉन स्टिक कुकवेयर रेंज पर मिलेगा फ्लैट 50% ऑफ। आ गया स्मार्ट बाजार फेस्टिवल सेल 1 से 15 नवंबर।
फेस्टिवल को बेस्टिवल बनाइए, स्मार्ट बाजार चलिए।
रंग भरा एक किस्सा है, तू वो यार है, तू ही त्योहार है।
हर कार में है त्योहार। मारुति सुजुकी अरीना, फाइंड योर मैच।
Take the Futura dosa tawa. Futura strong handles don't loosen. Its thickness is just right. The dosa does not stick.
Futura dosa tawa.
Powered by Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand. PolicyBazaar.com. हर फैमिली होगी इंश्योर्ड।
मन चाहे
65 इंच 4K। देख मन, फिसल मत। यही चाहिए, यही लूंगा, यही चाहिए। प्राइस तो देख। तू इस बार भी नहीं लेगा ना? लूंगा ना, अगली दिवाली।
अपने मन की विश को मत टालो। SBI कार्ड के फेस्टिव EMI ऑफर्स के साथ जो मन चाहे ले डालो।
New Hawkins ceramic non-stick pressure cooker. Less oil, tasty and healthy. First time in India. Hawkins ceramic non-stick.
मिक्की 2 महीने से गाड़ी बेचकर अपनी पेमेंट का वेट कर रहा है क्योंकि खरीदने वाले की नानी गुजर गई है। बेचारे मिक्की के पास अब कोई चारा नहीं है, लेकिन आप याद रखना, ऑन टाइम पेमेंट के साथ गाड़ी बिकती है सिर्फ ट्रू वैल्यू पे।
हमारे 50 लाख से ज्यादा कस्टमर्स जानते हैं, ऑन टाइम पेमेंट के साथ गाड़ी बिकती है सिर्फ ट्रू वैल्यू।
मारुति सुजुकी ट्रू वैल्यू।
Multi-crore betting scam hits Congress as Republic sting operation becomes biggest political talking point.
यहाँ के मुख्यमंत्री ने छत्तीसगढ़ की जनता को बताना चाहिए कि दुबई में बैठे इस घोटाले के आरोपियों के साथ उनके क्या संबंध है।
In Durg, Prime Minister raises the Mahadev scam story, asked why is Baghel silent on Dubai connection.
Use of Hawala operations and illicit money emanating from Dubai by illegal betting operators.
Union Minister Smriti Irani hits out in an unrelenting attack, says illegal betting operators funded election expenses of Congress.
तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी लड़ नहीं रही है, केंद्रीय जांच एजेंसी ही लड़ाई लड़ रही है। दूसरी बात आपने कहा, मैंने कहा निर्वाचन आयोग को ध्यान देना चाहिए कि जो बड़ी बड़ी संदूकें आ रही है स्पेशल प्लेन से, उसकी जांच क्यों नहीं होनी चाहिए।
Silence on 508 crore charge. Bhupesh Baghel now tries to question investigating agencies.
उनका काम नहीं है कि लोगों को डराना, लोगों को फंसाना और वर्करों को डिमोरलाइज करना, लेकिन छत्तीसगढ़ में कोई ऐसे डरने वाले वोटर्स नहीं है।
Facing heat, Congress on the back foot now, alleges political witch hunt against Bhupesh Baghel. Israel's relentless fight against terror continues. Hamas bases struck in overnight airstrikes. More than 140 killed, several injured in midnight Nepal earthquake. Rescue and relief operations underway. Hello and good evening. I'm Nikita Sahai on Republic TV and you are welcome to this hour's bulletin. Let's get to the top story at this hour. 24 hours ago, Republic's exclusive four-part investigation unearthed a massive betting scam. What initially looked like a 200 crore wedding with Bollywood celebrities under scanner has now brought to the fore India's largest political scam. Prime Minister is questioning the Dubai connection. Union ministers are alleging Hawala links to the election campaign funding. BJP is claiming an anti-India agenda, and at the center of it all is Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel and his deafening silence on the big 508 crore charge. On the back foot, Congress is claiming political witch hunt, and joining the chorus are Indie alliance partners. But at the helm of it is an investigation running deep into the political trenches. Here are the developments so far. Take a look.
24 hours after Republic led bare India's biggest political scam, the Mahadev scam story has become the biggest talking point. From Prime Minister questioning the Dubai links,
यहाँ की कांग्रेस पार्टी ने, यहाँ की सरकार ने, यहाँ के मुख्यमंत्री ने छत्तीसगढ़ की जनता को बताना चाहिए कि दुबई में बैठे इस घोटाले के आरोपियों के साथ उनके क्या संबंध है, आखिर क्यों ये पैसा पकड़े जाने के बाद यहां के मुख्यमंत्री बौखला गए हैं कि नेता यहां के दबी जबान में हमारे यहां मैसेज पहुंचा रहे हैं, हम भी देख लेंगे, हम भी तुम्हारे यहां कहीं पैसे रखवा दे करके पुलिस भेज देंगे। ये धमकियां किसको दे रहे हो, ये किसको डरा रहे हो? ये जनता है, सब कुछ जानती है।
Union ministers alleging Hawala transactions for election funding.
In the electoral history of our country, never before has evidence come forth which clearly indicates that Hawala operators, instructions and monies emanating from Dubai by looting the poor